making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It's Fart Pancakes here, in case you don't know me already. We are back with another Watcher of Realms video today. Hopefully this is a quick one, but I just wanted to show real quick. I got my very first SSS on a Codex boss. I'm not sure if I'm end game yet by any means, because I only started this game in like December, and I mean, I have a lot of good units. I've been farming a lot, getting a lot of good gear, trying my best to complete content and get all that done, but I thought maybe this video might help some people out as far as like mechanics go or team comp ideas. So if you have the same units I do and similar gear, you could probably try the same thing as me. So this is my very first SSS and I'll show you how I got it. So this is my team comp that I use. Obviously, Iovar is good here because he has like a lot of swords attacking on the shield with his ults, and then of course I have an A3 Calypso here. She's really good because you want like multi-hits on the shield. The more multi-hits you can get, the faster you can break the shield. Silas is here because he's gonna be the meat and potatoes of our DPS, and he's bonded, so you know he's gonna put out a lot of damage. And then we have Sargak here. He's just gonna be going off with the Piercer comp, and his ulti gives him more attack speed, so again, more hits to break the shield. And then we have Tree Mom, aka Elowyn. She's gonna give us the rage regen so we can constantly get our ults up ASAP. And then we have Setram here. He's great because more damage on the shields, and then when he ults, he's just gonna be like machine gun mode and just nuke down the shield. So this is the comp I used, and I'll show the gear at the end, but this is basically how I did it. So hey y'all, Fart Pancakes here. Yes, it's still me, just a little hairy. I realized while I was editing that if I was gonna make this a guide, I should probably explain the mechanics for those that are not familiar with the Lord of Styx boss yet. So basically, if you're not keen on reading and you don't like these long paragraphs, I'll shorten it and make it simple for you to understand. So basically the boss has two different phases. There's going to be a shield phase and a no shield phase. So when the boss is not in his shield phase, that's going to be where you want to put out as much damage as possible. That's where you're going to get the damage on the boss. So for all your damage nukers, that's when you're going to use your ultis. When he goes into his shield phase, that's when you're gonna save the ults and use, at that point, all the units that have their attack speed or multi-hits, etc. Because the point is trying to get as many hits to break the shield as quickly as possible. And if you break the shield, then he'll go into his non-shield phase, and then that's when your units will get their 50% rage regen and damage increase. So again, that's where you're going to get the damage to increase your score. And the team comp you'll want for this is as much multi-hits and attack speed as possible, because with each consecutive phase and added shield, the shields are going to have more hits required, and that's what makes this content so difficult, is because you're really going to be dependent on units that can break the shield as quickly as possible. So that's why you see here popular heroes. Pope and Silas are really good here because they're going to be the good damage nukers when the shield is out of his shield phase. And then Setram is good because he has basically a machine gun to nuke down the shield, and then also his damage increases on shields. Not that it matters because you're not really doing damage on the shield anyway. So for example, when you see up here, this is the timer for when the shield's coming up. So if you have a unit down here, this is when you want to do as much damage as possible. And then watch the timer for this shield to come up, and then you're gonna see this like loading bar here. That's when you want to kind of start readying up your ults and prepping to use, especially for Setram because he has a little wind up time, or cast time I should say. So yeah, as you see here, each consecutive hit will lower this shield count, and that's why having the multi-hits really matters. So if you have a unit that does an ult that hits like 4 times per hit, like Calypso does with all her soul stones, then that's an example of how you want to deal with the shield. So just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, I'll let you go see my run now. Alright, so there's no particular like placement you have to do, but I like to put down Tree Mom first and then put Silas down so you can get the invig buff. And then I fast forward it because the first couple stages don't really matter too much. It's really easy to break through the shields in the beginning. It gets hard once you like start breaking the third shield and you have to get more hits in. So at the beginning here, I'll just turn everybody on, activate all their ultis. Tree Mom for fun too. So first shield should be easily breakable unless you have like no attack speed for whatever reason. Iovar's ulti is even back up and he broke that shield right away. We can go ahead and get everyone back up again. And then once I get to like around the A score, which is probably like after the third shield I'd have to say, that's when I go to ×1 speed and slow it down a little just to time out the ults better. Because I need to make sure Setram is up and running. If he's not up and running, we're gonna run into problems. I think I may have accidentally turned on Sargak when I wasn't supposed to, but it's okay. Hopefully he'll be back up on time. So I'm gonna slow it down at ×1 speed. Wait for the rage region to come back. This is gonna be looking a little scary here. Oh, I forgot to turn on Setram. Okay, this is cutting it close. This is cutting it really close. I think we're gonna make it. We can't say the same on the next shield, so that's where the timing is really imperative. So I'm gonna hold Sargak for this one just to guarantee that he'll be up at the next shield. And then we have to hope that Setram will be back up and running again as well. So he's got a lot of his reach bar. The shield's coming back up. Oh no, this is looking a little scary. Okay. Alright, we're gonna activate Setram as soon as possible because he's got some wind-up time. And then we're gonna activate everybody else. And this is where it's really important. We need them to go all in and hit this. And okay, we just made it. So that's where the scary part is. That's where you need the perfect timing, because if you can break through that and survive, that's where you can start getting some extra damage and hits in here. So we're gonna save again the ultis. Shield's coming back up. I'm gonna start up Setram right now so he can wind up, and then we activate everybody else, get all their hits in. This is the scary part. We need everything we have on this one, so it's gonna be really close. Timing imperative and very gear gap. Oh, just barely made it. Okay, so now we activate all in. And this is where we are. Finally, my first ever SSS. Thanks to the pay-to-win comp right here. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough hits for the next shield, but let's give it our best try anyway. We're gonna wind up Setram here. And then our attack speed, guys. This is a lot of hits, so I think this is where Helga comes in, which is great that she's a free unit. So if you're struggling on this content and you don't have all these guys, don't worry about it. Helga, oh, we needed 70 more hits. It's okay, we still got our SSS. So Helga is a really great unit. She has a lot of attack speed, multi-hits, so she'll be perfect. Really good free-to-play unit to use in this type of content. So let me go over the gear that I have on these guys and their artifacts just in case you're wondering. So we have Iovar. He's just on an Infernal Roar with the Warlord, and he's got a Blood Bond Signet maxed out. We have just the Soulbound Arcana. We don't have our max skill up, but we do have A3 Awakenings and 16 Spirit Siphon. Then we have Silas. He is bonded with Vierna. He's just Infernal Roar, Warlord, and maxed out Spirit Siphon. Then we have Sargak on Ageless Wrath, and he's just running Ichor Chalice. I know this is like, what's that called? Anti-synergy, because you want him to lose HP to get damage, but I just put this on him because I don't have anything else leveled up to get extra damage, and everyone's gonna heal up on that content anyway. He's not maxed out on skills yet either. And then we have Elowyn. She's just on invig, and she's got enough skill ups for the rage regen and golden scarab. If you use a different one instead, actually if you use euphoric orb, I think euphoric orb's a lot better for this content because you'll give everyone more attack speed, so maybe that'll make the difference for pushing up your score higher, because you want those multi-hits on the shields. And then we have Setram here. We are on a Soulbound Arcana. He's max skill up. He's on his own artifact. And I think that's it. So this is my team comp. Hope it helps you guys out. If you have the same units and are struggling, you can do the same thing. And yeah, that's it. So that's the video. Hopefully I can get more triple S's on more Codex bosses, and I can show you guys what I did for those two. But that's it. If you like this content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!